Hello again, Rob Veach from VParanormal. I'm sure most paranormal groups out there have some kind of a temperature measuring device. We have a couple of them. We have the traditional millimeter, and you probably have an infrared thermometer, something like that. The millimeter is a great device for measuring EMF from 30 hertz to 300 hertz. It also does a great job of measuring temperature. The thermocouple unit is right on top here. It's very small, works great. One of the issues with something like this I have is the response time of the sensor. There's something called the thermal load, and this little sensor is very small, but it has takes a certain amount of time for it to get back to the original temperature. So if you have a temperature change from 65 degrees to 60 degrees, that change takes about 30 seconds. So if you all of a sudden get an entity or a change in the room, it's about a 30-second lag time for this to adjust. And that's pretty typical, and it's designed very well with the smallest thermocouple sensor that's available. So I was thinking of another idea. The typical infrared thermometer, which you press a button, has a little laser sight, and it tells you the temperature of the surface, is a very, very fast responding temperature device. It's great for that. If you hold the trigger down, it'll show you temperature real time. When you release the trigger, it holds that last value. So I was thinking, what if there's a way to utilize this to measure room temperature as opposed to surface temperature? So I experimented with different materials ranging from paper, pieces of aluminum, screened aluminum material, tracing paper, and thin aluminum. And what I came up with is that thin aluminum foil, your typical cheap thin aluminum foil, not the thick kind, cut into a circle, held on with a little piece of Velcro, works excellent. And I have a little antenna right here, which is just an antenna that I cut from a radio, and a little tube mount that I glued on top here. And you could collapse this or remove this after an investigation. And what this does is the laser, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little laser dot right there. It shines on the black, and the infrared sensor no longer can see what's behind it. It only sees this black area right here. This is painted flat black, it's just regular aluminum foil. It's a diameter of 4.75 inches. And that's slightly oversized to make sure that the sensor does not see what is behind it like a wall. So what this does is measuring the actual air temperature or room temperature right in this area. So if you hold it away from your body like that, press the button, and what you're getting is a reading temperature, like right now it's saying 69 degrees Fahrenheit. And the beauty of this is that as you hold this, and if I were to put my hand here and heat this up, like right now I heat it up to 73, and if I let go, it's right back to 69 already. So the advantage is the return time of this is about 5 to 8 seconds, as opposed to the millimeter, which is about 30 seconds. So it's a very inexpensive way to use your infrared thermometer to measure room temperature and see if an entity is changing the temperature, making it colder or hotter. And this gives you a real-time display and not have that long lag, so that the ghost entity is long gone and you're still seeing the effects of its temperature. So this is very inexpensive. It's held on with Velcro, and it's just a little circle of standard aluminum foil painted flat black on one side. The back side you should not paint because you don't want to increase the thermal load of this. A very simple device, very simple add-on you could do, and it makes this infrared thermometer highly effective for room temperature. And if you ever just want to go back to the normal measuring like it does, I just pull this off, and then it becomes temperature that you're against the wall or surface or a chair like it normally is used. Then you slide this back on, and all of a sudden you line it up, and now you have very quick responding room temperature real-time display on here. Well, thanks for watching. This is Rob Veach from VParanormal.